Hello, every brony is on his brony time, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright's Attorney Justice for All. And we are last episode, we figured out that Aunt Faye was in cahoots with Eenie Meenie to commit the murder of Dr. Turner Gray. We then went to court, she gave a testimony, couldn't really do anything about hers, but now we are grilling Eenie Meenie on this little interaction with her sister. I am very excited to be here today and to continue this wonderful, wonderful game. Alright, let's go. Like, the side room was like kinda dark, you know? So like, the costume like purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. You have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Like, thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. After the murder, part 2. Let's see here. What do you mean? And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think like she knew she like said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. You took her to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so? I guess, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner, the better, she says with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, what do you mean? When you are going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. I'm like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Think harder. I know you can remember something. I like, totally can. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? It is very important. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. False! That is false! Yeah, my good friend. There is no way you didn't see anything. Profiles. Objection! You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Morgan Faye's daughter, Pearl Faye. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face, so what about this child? just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden? Yep, which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that?
Objection!
As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing preposterous? It's not preposterous at all. I can prove it. What sort of foolish? There is no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed... Oh, sorry. There's no way someone walking along the winding way would not have noticed Pearl. Wait, did I actually open this, or... No, I have to present something here.
Take that!
This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn. Yow! Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. Whoever needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies end here. What are you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there's clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where's the contradiction? Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time of both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that, like, have anything to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did, in fact, go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. I'm not really good at those, I'm sorry. But look at the mana guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channel chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, you're right. That's right, Your Honor, which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question.
Objection!
Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah, the only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney. So now's the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was in the channeling chamber. Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that that's the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order, order, order. That's right. Wow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant when the challenge started. Yes, it's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Here, of course. But behind the folding screen? Duh! Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk! Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball! Now, Miss Miney, once you're young, you should be saying, shut it, Gramps, and as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah! That tiny little box, no person could fit in that. Sorry, it's really hard to do her voice like that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproven. How to disprove you when she was hiding from me in it?
Objection!
But that closing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was, like, sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the scene? At the time of the crime. Yes, I can with some evidence. And now, I present a piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. I'm gonna have to take the L. There's a hole! About angels off the ground! Oh, wait, that was correct? A hole about angels off the ground. Where have we heard that before? This is a folding screen. It has a fold at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen, and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for the chance to kill Dr. Gray. Ah! I'm sorry I skipped all that. I thought I had gotten it wrong, but... Order, so what you're saying? Said Mr. Phoenix Wright. What about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Miney? That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. Now, stop! Can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea is that the witness moves the closing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. Correct. It's not possible. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparation, that is. Ow! Needs I remind you that the foolish receive no mercy. Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? But you can't be serious. Miss Mighty, you had an accomplice.
Take that!
This person. If it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have got that costume. If it wasn't someone from the Fae household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fae? Is that wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to that, Miss Mighty? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murder had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged my Fae with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place. And frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. That is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murdered then took the gun for Dr. Gray. After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is clearly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Mighty, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Faye. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Faye chased us out. Syria, go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? That is the real truth behind the murder. Who's that? Laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? Oh, what is it this time? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood will lose to something this petty? What the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is? If this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble, huh? Working together with the media, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? There is a motive. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say, Tom. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is the reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this.
Take that!
Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Not even she is calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through the accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be so stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm, going to explain, so, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, wanted to take revenge, then, I wouldn't have waited this long. And the size, the guy that thought of that spirit thing was, Dr. Gray. It was, a total coincidence. He asked me about it, you know? She's back in her airhead persona. However, you see, ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly precise piece of evidence to demonstrate your point. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had it for sure. See, it's just as I, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Enima. Hold it! Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. Alright. You can't lose it here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for murder. But, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Too bad. You're a little too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Interesting. I'll let you have a chance, Mr. Phoenix, right? What? You're supposed to be on my side. A Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. I don't care if you are my witness, so help me. I will throw you out of my way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We'll continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec! To be continued. We still have time to go. We still have time to go, so we're gonna go. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Enid could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. Under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan Fay. That's terrible. Why would my aunt... Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say your own situation. Looking down on me, even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you, and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Can you prove Miss Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Mighty and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought you, wanted to, ask about my, I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... That was, last year in May. Something really bad had happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped, too. So I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt. And, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. God, those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip. Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. She was totally tired. You mean exhausted? She had to talk to the police and, was being investigated, every day. It was, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But, I don't, have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Okay, anyway.
Objection!
Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. What do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you hadn't. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Talking about that perverted fake clinic doctor? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did you know? Ow! No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's half a year lapse in time, Mr. What now? That's what happened, Mr. Wright? Time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license. How? Cry, and my VIP will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm, glad you get it, but, even if I had my license, I, don't think my sis would have, let me drive. Oh, don't, not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow! Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because... I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony. How annoying. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. Well, folks, I, of course, will return to this. Because we are at time, and I must stop the recording here. But I feel like we've backed this person into a corner very quickly. Oh man, I love all the talks about motive this, motive that, and yet they never, ever have to prove a motive for our clients. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Brony Time for more content, especially more Justice for All. Also, please make sure to share this video as far and wide as possible so we can get as many eyes on this series as possible. And I will see you next time.